Welcome back to the Fast Stock Market News, where I give you all the news as fast as I can. So, oh man, today another emotional day in the stock market, ups and downs, and if you don't have the stomach for it, you'd probably be like looking for a trash can pretty soon. But as we could see, the stock market finished 0.25 in the green, the S&P, the Dow finished negative 0.26 in the red, and the Nasdaq finished almost 1% in the green. But if you're a retail investor and you have a lot of retail stocks, despite the Nasdaq finishing in the green, most likely you finished in the red again today. And yeah, there's a lot of news to get to, but before I get started, I just wanted to get to the Sofi news. It was absolutely crazy news that happened, and I have a bit of a theory of why the CEO released the earnings report early. But before we get to that, let's just check out what happened with Sofi today.
Hey, welcome back. I want to show you shares of Sofi and bring in our Kate Rooney, who's been digging through the release. Kate, it's good to have you. The stock's still halted. I should let all of you know that first and foremost. Halted down 18.5%. There are some who are frankly taking issue with my characterization of the guidance as being quote unquote bad. Can you shed some light, Kate, on what the real story is here, please?
Sure, Scott. Yeah, so we got a sneak peek at the Sofi numbers. This was a release that came out early on the Sofi site. It said a test release, and I've confirmed with the source that these numbers are accurate. The company itself hasn't put out a statement. I'm told to expect a press release earlier than the normal 4 p.m. Eastern time. We will get an official statement from Sofi. I have not heard back from the company yet. The stock did fall significantly after that test release came out. And that was due to the guidance, Scott, like you mentioned. That was weaker than expected when you compare it to the numbers that Wall Street was expecting.
So basically, Sofi, quote unquote, released these earnings early. And I think in a way it was sort of a bit intelligent, but it's not exactly like going to save the stock short term right now with the market selling off. But it was a way to kind of like minimize the losses, and I'll show you what I mean, guys. So as you can see, basically in a post-labeled test, the company seemed to basically reveal its revenue and how many users it added and whatnot. So, and it showed it was a mistake. Bloomberg was the first company that published this. But I think the big reason that they released them early was because of a couple of things. But one big thing was, if you guys haven't noticed, the fintech stocks and a lot of the lending stocks have been trading pretty similar, and Sofi is no different. One of the stocks that caused Sofi to tank a lot this week was Upstart Holdings. They're like a AI lending platform that has just been absolutely butchered. They were down 56%, over 56% today. And if we could see the Upstart chart, it's absolutely brutal. So they closed the market and they were $76. And then they reported their earnings, and the stock just absolutely tanked. You can see on the day today, they were down over 56%. And this would be something if it was down 56% like for the year. This stock is actually down, believe it or not, over 90% for the year. At once upon a time, in a different world, in a different time, this stock was almost trading at $400. It is now trading at $33. Sofi is not different in this sense because it has basically been butchered down too. They're down, I believe, 70 some odd percent from their highs. But one of the reasons, if you see right here, is this is where the halting happened. What happens is this market's very brutal right now. It doesn't matter what you report. You can report that you are you're going to give out everyone a free like Sofi like $100 gift card, and your stock's still going to tank. If you're not profitable right now, you're going to tank. It doesn't matter. If you don't have great guidance and have exceptional like revenue for the next quarter, you're just going to tank. It's as simple as that. It's not playing favorites this market. So in a way, I think it was kind of smart, sort of. I'm not sure how legal it is, but by them like posting the earnings early, it basically prepared the market for what's going to happen, kind of softened the blow in a way, because it was quote unquote, and this is my opinion only, it was a mistake. What happens is if you report earnings, and no companies ever report earnings during the market, or they usually report before the market opens or after the market closes. And the reason is because once the stock was halted, as you can see right here for the 2 hours plus that was halted for, what happens is when the market's open, there's a lot of liquidity. And instead of being in the aftermarket or in the pre-market, there's very low liquidity. There's not a lot of people buying. This, in a way, got a lot of retail investors and maybe some institutional people to buy it up quickly, because that's when the most liquidity is available, is during the market being open. And that kind of, in a way, kind of helps soften the blow. As you guys can see, they were down 18%. Let's look again. Upstart, another lending platform, down 56% in one day. I don't think SoFi wanted this to happen to them. Basically, they decided to release their earnings early, and I think that in a way kind of like helped soften everything that could have potentially happened to them if they had opened them or posted them after hours. So yeah, guys, that's basically the news for today. Another wild day in the stock market. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Thanks again, everyone, for watching Fast Stock Market News. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, commenting, or liking the video. I would greatly appreciate it. My name is Gio, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.